Hi everybody, Susan LaCroix here, demonstrator with Stampin' Up! And I'm here today to show you a fun new product called Brusho. It's a watercoloring medium it's just a lot of fun, and I've been having a lot of fun playing with it. So I thought I would kind of show you some of the different things that you can do with it. And I've got the Brusho kind of out here. Comes in 5 colors. We have moss green, gamboge, Prussian blue, yellow, and brilliant red. Now, these aren't Stampin' Up! Colors, but they really do coordinate quite well, as you can see in the samples, with some Stampin' Up! Colors. So I'm going to kind of show you how to get started. Oh, before I forget, you don't want to open these. It's a very fine powder, and when it mixes with water, the color just explodes. But if you open this and you spill it, you're going to have fine crystals all over the place. And if you have water on the table for some reason, you can imagine you might have a bit of a mess. So I just used some push pins, poked a hole in it. You can poke more than one if you want. I'm just choosing right now to do one hole, and then I can keep these push pins in there. All right, so we're just going to set those off to the side, and I'm going to show you how to get started. The first thing you can do is you can make kind of a background stamp. Okay, so this is watercolor paper. We have cold pressed watercolor paper, so it really works very, very well. So the one thing you can do is that you can just sprinkle. So I'm going to pull out the push pin, and I'm just going to sprinkle the crystals. I hope you can see it on camera, right onto my paper. We'll do a couple different colors. So that's the gamboge. Let's throw a little Prussian blue in the mix as well. Ooh, boy, see how it comes out just with a little pokey hole? And let's toss a little green just for some. And we're going to watch the magic. So I'm going to take my spritzer with water and watch this. Ta-da! Isn't that gorgeous? That's all you need to do. And you've got a great little background stamp. This kind of reminds me of coloring Easter eggs as a kid. You had that real marbled look. The thing you want to remember with this is that you need to let it dry before you stamp on it. So I'm going to just set this up here and let that dry. You can also add water first. So if you have like an Aqua Painter, I'm going to squirt some water on here. So you can do that. And let's try some of our brilliant red. And we're going to just sprinkle. Watch when you sprinkle. Just look at that. Isn't that great? It just explodes. And then you can either leave it all speckly, or you can take your Aqua Painter then, and you can just kind of move it around your watercolor paper until you get the shape or the shade that you like. And again, this is great to stamp on, but you're going to need to let it dry really well. So we're going to put that up there. And the other thing you can do is you can stamp an image and then watercolor like you would normally do so. So what we're going to do is I'm going to kind of try to work over here because the center is kind of wet. And I'm going to use these leaves. And that was from one of the cards that I showed you. So I'm doing basically the background of this. And I used a clear block, moss green. And I'm going to sprinkle some on my clear block. And then I can just pick up some of the color and start watercoloring. This kind of reminds me of artichoke. And in true watercolor fashion, you don't necessarily have to stay in the lines. So you can do all the leaves. You're kind of getting the idea of watercoloring with this. Just real fun. I love the vibrancy and the brilliance of the colors. Okay, so there we have it. So we have our background done. And then what I did for this project is on a separate piece of paper, stamped the flower image and then used gamboge. And then when it dried, I used a little bit of the brilliant red to give it some shading. And then when it dried, I cut it out and popped it up on the leaves with some dimensionals. So that, I just think it makes a nice little card. Little sequins add to it as well. All right, so let me show you some things that I have done in the past. Kind of getting, oh, I have one more thing. So I can show you. So this, this was done in the yellow. And let me put it over here so you can see it. And once it dries, and you really have to make sure that it dries. I need my black ink. Huh. All right, hang on, it's coming. The black ink is coming. Thank you. And I'm taking the daisy from my favorite little daisy set. And I'm just going to stamp it a couple times. And I don't have a felt thing under here, but you'll get the idea, I think. I like to do 2 layers. And then to finish off, we'll put a faceted gem in the center. So that you can use that as a focal point on your card as well. But in just playing different colors, it was just playing with color combinations, saturation levels, that sort of thing. The best advice I can give you is get your hands on this and start playing. So here's just some other different colors. This was the Brilliant Red. So when it dries, it's a little bit lighter and pinker than the red there. Here's another yellow one. And some of the Prussian blues. And you could emboss white snowflakes on these, or stamp a greeting on there and use that as well. So anyway, these are some samples and some fun with Brusho. This one is embossed in silver, matted on silver, kind of off edge on purpose. We kind of decided to make this a little on the uneven side. Then we have the Happy Birthday. So this is the Brusho gamboge and embossed with a white butterfly. And then I just took some of the mini sequins for the body. And then again, this is this card which I showed you painting the leaves and painting the flowers. So there we go. I hope you have fun with Brusho. Again, just buy it and play with it and have fun. Happy stamping, everybody.